Brock and I are...
Ladysmith! What the fuck?
Someone left their baby! Big baby!
Go, Team Venture!
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, Eat It Harvey. Me, your host, is always Brian Dressel. It's the best intro I've had this entire season. I'm just proud of
Always the
myself
last
over
episode.
here.
But that's what always happens. We always get the best one on the last episode.
You're not wrong.
Thanks for
Damn
consistency,
it.
Brian.
All right, well, it's fine. We have Matt, Zombie Dog, William Somerset, Dykes.
Ooh, 7.
Solid call.
There you go. I heard myself way late. I hope there's not a huge echo going on this.
There's no echo, I don't think.
There is. I apologize. We also have... Okay, great. We have Joel Frank Serpico DeWitt.
I think I recognize that from Always Sunny.
No, say Serpico again and you'll get it.
Just like is
That'll do it,
Serpico Charlie Day's favorite character in that short or movie or something like that? Yeah, that's my point. I love how every episode now starts with a little snippet of technical difficulty talk.
It's the
I
best.
I also liked how Brian started using the intro as a kill switch to any conversation we're having before.
What's really funny is, sometimes when you actually listen to the episode back, you'll get a tiniest bit of whoever was speaking before. You'll hear it just before the intro comes on. So you the intro coming, but you'll hear this
Perfect. That's exactly what we're going for. We also have Ryan Samuel Gerard. I can't remember because I haven't seen the movie
Gerard.
in a while. Lutens.
Gerard.
Thank you. Lutens.
What's he from?
The Fugitive and U.S. Marshals.
That's it. I'm Tommy Lee Jones.
You are.
There you go.
Do you think Tommy Lee Jones always looks like his son has just told him he wants to be a professional unicyclist? Just always has that look on his face that his son just said, "Dad, I'm going to be a professional unicyclist."
Yeah, you're not wrong. He always just looks mildly annoyed, which is fine. You know, right? That's his. That's what he gets to do by being Tommy Lee Jones. He's still alive, right? I haven't seen him in forever. Is he just retired? Okay.
No, I think he's still in stuff. I think he was in something last year.
Was he?
I think so, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, good for him. I guess if he's happy about doing that.
Well, wasn't he in that Apple TV show? Is that what you were talking about?
No.
Hold on.
Are you getting him mixed up with Gary Oldman?
No, he was on a show.
Slow horses.
Yeah, slow horses. That's Gary Oldman.
No, John Turturro's in Severance. Are you getting confused with John Turturro?
No, it's called The Finest Kind.
Other old people.
The Finest Kind is on Paramount Plus.
I thought that was a film.
Might have been. I don't know. Yeah, it was a film. 2023.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I didn't know what the title is. I've listened to the music. This is a great intro to this shitty Die Hard 5.
Another clear-cut case of us not wanting to talk about the thing we're here to talk about.
And I don't want to. Can we just stop?
No, we're going to get into it. Today we're talking about a good day to die hard.
Not a good day to die hard.
It's not a good day. It's not a Die Hard. It's all lies.
Not. I am very, very much in the train. Look, man, if it's part of the franchise, it's part of the franchise. That's why we did Hobbs and Shaw. I'm not forgiving you. I would argue Hobbs and Shaw fits in Fast and Furious better than Die Hard 5 fits in Die Hard.
Small victories.
Yeah.
It's not a victory though. It's still not a victory. There's no victory in there at all.
Pyrrhic victory.
No, before you do your victory lap there, Ryan, I think this is better than Hobbs and Shaw. Because it's only an hour and a half.
Exactly. Because it's a breezy hour and a half film as opposed to Hobbs and Shaw, which is a not so breezy 2.5 hours film. And I say breezy, it doesn't. It's an hour and a half film that feels like a 2-hour film.
Oh, it's not an easy watch, but I would much rather spend an hour and a half versus 2.5 hours. So no, Hobbs and Shaw still loses. That
This
does not
movie
make this
is
good.
breezy in that I drank too much coffee and now I'm twitching and it's hard to focus and pay attention. Breezy.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
It's very green. Like it just looks green. Like
It
it just
looks
the
gray and brown to me.
I mean, I suppose it starts off green. It starts off very green. Like when he's in like, there's just the image just has this weird green tinge to it in the opening. Yeah.
Is that how we view Russia? Just green and browns? Like, that's the aesthetic we're going for here?
I guess.
I mean, did it ever look like Russia to anyone?
No!
It looked like generic Eastern European country. I would bet money that they filmed it in Bulgaria or somewhere like that. Not having a clue where they filmed it, but I'm going to put money they filmed it in Bulgaria.
I'm
Because-
actually curious. Like, where did they film this thing?
And called it a day.
They definitely didn't film it in Chernobyl.
They barely filmed it. I was only half joking about did they do AI in this, because the first hour of this movie, my whole thought was they're barely focusing on anything. Everything is moving so nondescriptly that I could see modern AI completing this task without much issue. It goes back to my complaints about 4 compared to the older ones, how everything is so zoomed in that it makes everything feel small, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how better to describe it. Like
There's
you see the entire shot where it's like the planes crashing in 2, or the broader New York City skyscape and what they're doing there. It feels like a full picture, a full scene of what's happening. 4 and 5 feel like, you know how you take a screenshot of a picture, but then there's only one piece of the picture you want to show your friend or somebody, and so you close it and snip it down to just that piece. That's what it feels like. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And it's very shaky as well. Like,
And it's so cutty. It's so cutty. Like, the editing is just brutal.
It's the height of shaky cam and digital editing. Like, ooh, look at how quick we can do these cuts. Yeah, but don't. Just because you can, doesn't think about whether you should.
By cutting it, it's fine.
Like,
Quick cuts, no one's going to know the difference.
yeah, shaky cam mixed with quick cuts is just like, this is unwatchable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's a shot. There's a shot
just-
in the film where you see, and I don't like. This is the most bizarre shot I've ever seen in any film. Really, you see Bruce Willis walking in slow motion through the thing, while some dude is getting beaten up by like a guy in riot police just behind him for like no reason. You're like, what?
Russian
What's that
man.
adding? It's like, it's literally like, yeah, Bruce Willis is just walking through this riot, like, and it's fine, and I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? Like, half of my notes I took was, what the fuck is happening?
Before we get too far, just so we know, this film was made in Hungary and Russia. Mostly shot in Russia, including Moscow. So
What?
Unbelievable.
So that
Bollocks.
is what Moscow looks like, I guess.
I don't believe that. I believe that there's like... I believe they did like some aerial shots for like, this is establishing the thing, and that's the Russian stuff. The rest of it was Hungary. No fucking way.
That would be just as believable if you saw tetraminos falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Tetris is a good movie. Do you guys want to just talk about Tetris instead?
Tetris is a
I would need to
phenomenal
watch
film.
it first.
That's a
But
really
yeah,
good movie.
sure.
Let's make
I never thought I'd say the words Tetris was a phenomenal movie, but it really is.
It really is.
rolls off the tongue better than a good day
It
in the
does.
backyard.
Oh man.
Why isn't he fighting Klingons? Like, honestly, at this point, we're at the point where, like, fuck it. Like, have him fight Klingons. I'm sorry, with that title.
How he never ended up going to space is kind of beyond me at this point.
They did it in Fast and Furious.
That's true. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, but this is more grounded and serious.
I mean, unfortunately, you're not wrong. So
Is
the
it,
version-
though?
So
Like,
the version that I watched did have Mary Elizabeth Weinstein in it. Is she in both versions, like the extended and the?
No.
The
So the
extended
extended edition cuts stuff out.
What?
No.
Yep.
So the extended edition doesn't have her in it.
No.
He's completely.
That's the version I watched.
The only thing you see is when he leaves, it's her hand in the window when he says bye. But in the movie, the extended, it's some random cab driver. Or no, it just cuts. It cuts to him to the airport.
Mhm.
I mean, she doesn't really add anything to the movie, so I don't really need it. But still, what?
Yeah. Cut it out.
Whoever did the extended edition really didn't like Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Maybe he asked her out on a date and they said no. And he's like, fine, I'm cutting you out of this extended edition then. Fuck you.
Good. She's dating Ewan McGregor. Perfect.
She wasn't at this point though.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this. The extended version has less in it, but fine, fine.
Cut her out, added more, polish a turd, it's still a turd.
I mean, she wasn't bad in this. She was clearly playing the same character, but like, I mean, as she rolls up to the airport with John, I'm like, couldn't this have been Al? I think I would like this better if this was Al. Like, bring him back. Like, we tried to shove him in two. It didn't work there. It'd fit better here. Like, oh, he's dropping his buddy off at the airport. Like, that would have been nice, right?
Would have been great if it was Argyle and he's back to being a limo driver.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
No, but sorry, back to being a cab driver.
tune in next week when we get to our rankings things. We have to rank allies. Argyle made my list.
I think he made mine as well.
I like Argyle. He doesn't do much, but I like Argyle.
He gets in the car.
Yeah. He hangs out with a bear. He's cool.
Tells it to shut up.
I'm a little pissed it wasn't a Care Bear, but here we are.
And here we are avoiding Die Hard 5 again.
Talking about the next episode.
Care Bear movies.
Did Joel mentioned something saying about they want it to be more grounded, but there is just so much absolute horse shit.
No, they didn't.
In this
They
film.
wanted
They're to be grounded, they're in Chernobyl!
they wanted to be Mission Impossible. Like that's what I'm convinced they wanted to be Mission Impossible. Jai Courtney's supposed to be Tom Cruise. Woo, miscast. Now here's the thing: is like I have grown to really like Jai Courtney. Like when I see him pop up now, I'm like, yeah, Jai Courtney, because he knows how to choose scenery and he knows he actually can pick his parts now, and like I'm excited to see what he's chosen to do. This was when we didn't like Jai Courtney, and this is partially why we didn't like Jai Courtney. Like
this and Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, like we've only well, I guess we did cover the Suicide Squad here, but I was like, otherwise we've only covered his bad movies. But like, wow, he's bad in this.
Yeah,
What's the count of him saying "Damn you, John"?
I wrote it down every time. I guess I could count them, but spoilers for my quotes. You can take one of them. I've got plenty to spare.
It's half his dialogue, I think, in the whole film.
I mean, I will have to change between "Damn you, John" and "Damn you, McClane" because he does switch it up every now and then.
Which makes no sense because that's like me saying "Damn you, Dykes." It's like, but that's me as well.
Well, no, because he's Gennaro. Although they don't actually ever say that.
I don't think he
Is
is.
he?
And also, if you say,
I'm
"Damn
sure they
you,
call him
Dykes,"
Jack
you
McClane.
could be misunderstood a little bit, I think.
Well, but they call him McClane at the end of the movie. But before that, I don't know if they ever actually call him by his agent name. But I would assume it's the same thing his daughter was doing of like, I'm Gennaro, and it's like, okay, great. Where is Holly, by the way? Like, she was more interesting than either one of his kids, but you know.
I think Holly is like the actress who played Holly made a very good decision to avoid these films like the plague.
I mean, she would have been nice to see in 3, but also she wouldn't have added much to 3, so I get why they did what they did. But 4 and 5. I mean, she could have shown up at the end when they had their slow-mo walk. Oh, wait, you guys didn't see that in the extended version, but she shows up at the end again.
Yeah,
it
no,
does.
like
the weirdest dissonance too. Does this movie? It has such a dark tone all around up to that point, and then it's all at the end. Oh, sunshine and almost like 90s end sequence. They were 1 second away from jumping up in the air with their fists and having it be a freeze paint.
Oh, yeah. I get it. It was supposed to be like, he got his family back. Like, we could end Die Hard here if we want to. And to be fair, that was the plan. The next Die Hard was planned, was year 1, wasn't it, Matt? Does that sound right?
I think so. They were going to do a prequel. Like, they were going to do the origin story, which I always thought was stupid because Die Hard is the origin story.
Yep.
Like, before Die Hard, McClane is just a regular cop.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't need an origin. Not everyone needs a fucking origin story.
Nope. Well,
Although
I need
Hans Gruber origin story, I am on board with. I would like a Hans Gruber origin story would be interesting.
so you want Wicked, but for Hans Gruber.
Yes.
Cool.
So if you
Hell,
care
make
to
it a
find
musical. Like that would be a musical I'd go and see.
me- If you care to find me, look to Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where's the broom when he needed it?
Oh my God! Just that changed the end of Die Hard. Just just him flying back up the building. It's me.
And then McClane just shoots him in the head.
Well, the car is out of bullets.
That's true.
Just throws the gun.
Yeah, throw the gun in.
What do you do?
Now
that
I'm just
for?
pick-
We have more
now-
bullets.
I know. I was just picturing that entire thing. Man.
Go get it.
I can just hear McClane being very sarcastic. What? He can fly now?
All right, back to Die Hard 5.
It's so much more fun.
This film is like it's full of so much shit though. Like how does like McClane just fly to Russia as well? Like you have to get visas and shit for that. You can't just get it overnight. And you can't just drive to Chernobyl as well. There are checkpoints there. Like you can drive there. And then they will come and get you if you don't come back in 10 minutes or something. Like literally you can't just drive. You can't drive there with a car full of guns as well.
No, like the whole Chernobyl ending of this thing, and I guess we're just gonna jump around with this fucking thing. It makes no sense. Like they both have super cancer now. Like he went swimming in a pool in Chernobyl.
Yes, and then his son's like, oh well, it's fine. It's just rainwater. It's still Chernobyl. It doesn't fucking matter if it's rainwater.
The paint has probably attracted all the radioactivity from the water.
Like,
Exactly.
the amount of shit they
let's
just
not
fall
forget
through too. Like,
And how does he know it's rainwater? How does he know it's rainwater? I want it in this film.
indoors.
Yeah.
They had multiple roofs over it.
Yeah, they had to fall through a roof into it. Also, can I just say, this film treats glass like it's a crash mat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we've come a long way on the glass front, haven't we?
Yeah.
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 The first one, it's like, oh god, I'm gonna run across it and get it. It's cut my foot up. I gotta pull it out. Now it's just like glass is a crash mat. Like,
But is it because they use the glass to kill all the bad guys in that one scene when they was like they shoot back and they shoot the ceiling and the glass.
oh no, but
flies down?
that's different. The glass is landing on them. Like if you drop a crash mat on someone, it's gonna kill them.
Oh, okay.
But if you land on the crash mat / glass, it's fine.
My favorite glass
You
is when
convinced
he's
me.
hanging from the car and he gets thrown into the window, and just the slow-mo of that is just so awful. I'm like, what is this?
There is some rough CGI in this movie. Like, when he's
Really
hanging off the
bad.
back of the helicopter, just ooh.
Yeah, I know. Like
Ooh.
we've gone from the like hanging off of like jumping from a helicopter to the wing of a plane in Die Hard 2, where you can tell that they did that, to this, and it's just.
And
Ugh.
also, it looks more like Vin Diesel than it does John McClane. You know what I mean?
There's that scene where he's talking to his son, and they're in some bombed out place because that's what the movie just boils down to after a while. And Bruce Willis just sitting there, I'm watching him like, he looks like Thanos. Like with the color on him, like the kind of detail on his chin, the bald head. I'm like, that's just Thanos. And then I just get lost in Bruce Willis would have been an interesting Thanos. And like, that's just where my head went for about 15 minutes, just ignoring this movie because...
Now I'm just.
And what's with the
thinking
orange
Thanos
and
with a
blue
New York
rooms? I'm just gonna-
accent.
Yeah, oh my god. Thanos with a New York accent. Hey! I'm snapping here!
I slapped you away.
The only thing I know how to do in a New York accent, and I have the worst.
You should have aimed for the head. That was bad.
That was more Christopher Walken. You should have aimed for the head.
Again, Walken would have been an interesting Thanos.
That would have been actually really good. I like how we're supposed to be talking about Die Hard 5, and we've talked about who would have been a better Thanos, Bruce Willis or Christopher Walken.
And to be fair, my 6-year-old, when he heard us talking about Thanos, and he just burst open the door. You guys talking about Thanos?
I have some opinions on Thanos, you know.
Thanos did nothing wrong.
All
right, so
your time going to Chernobyl, Brian.
Hopefully not soon.
Thing is, I know someone who's been to Chernobyl. Like they went there to study like the biology of like plants and stuff in Chernobyl. It's a fucking lot of paperwork to get there.
No, you can just drive. I saw it in Die Hard 5. You just
Oh yeah.
Luckily,
And you
there's a
have
lot
to
of
wear
parking
the little
available.
radiation. You have to wear the radiation tag things as well, and monitor how much radiation you're taking in.
You don't get it. They brought their special machine in. That
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. I forgot about the radiation Hoover.
Yeah.
Again, another Venture Brothers thing. They brought the boom boom vacuum thing or whatever
They
it is
did,
that leaked radiation, then promptly hoovered up the radiation because it was that good of a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one. That's a good one. And they did bring it all back to Venture Brothers. Here's another thing I have to throw out there. Does anyone think that The File was like a script placeholder that like, all right, well, figure out some other cool thing to put in the script later, and they filmed the whole movie like, were we still just calling it The File?
It would have been
We'll do a find and replace later. That they forgot.
They would have walked around going, the file. The file is somewhere.
I'm still recording. You
The file we need to get.
We need to get the file. they say it. They have to say it in that exact way though. There's the file.
Well, it'd
So-
be great if they had
so
like
there
a
was-
development moment where like, I don't think you know what this means.
So there's
Sorry.
a video game that came out several years ago, and it's a game where you play a goose causing trouble.
Oh, Untitled Goose Game. Yeah.
They first announced it as Untitled Goose Game, and everybody thought the name was going to change. Nope. It's still called Untitled Goose Game.
That's great. I love that.
That is definitely The File. Like, all the way up to the end of the movie, and then by that point, it's just funny. Where is the file? You must tell me where the file... And then he just falls over. And then the bad guy just keeps shooting. I was like, dude, the first shot was a headshot. You
Talk about that twist. What a terrible twist.
Oh, that it was
terrible.
like it came, like I could see that coming a mile away.
Look at-
Like you watch that film and you're going, "Oh, he's the bad guy." We're not supposed to know it yet, but he's the bad guy. Like it's so obvious.
Oh, yeah. That was the most curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal moment. Like, just come on. Was that
It helps
also...
a lot when you actually care about the characters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from the beginning, all the bad guys are. Maybe part of it too is just the herky-jerkiness of the camera and how every little sequence with that first bad guy was just like 2-second snapshot of him saying something quippy or smart-assy, and then that's really it. So even when it does the whole twist at the end, which was predictable, you don't care. It doesn't matter.
They try to give him like an interesting character trait of he eats carrots. It's like, but we've seen that in Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen.
Yeah.
Like
and Bugs Bunny. Like, come on.
and Bugs Bunny, yeah.
Well, to be fair,
I mean,
Clive Owen
I was half
supposed to be
expecting him to
Bugs
just
Bunny.
go, "What's up, Doc?"
I mean, you know that is Clive Owen and Shoot 'Em Up is supposed to be Bugs Bunny.
I figured.
That's why like the bad guy is it Paul Giamatti? Like whenever he's doing his ringtone is dun 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 for Kill the Rabbit. It's all supposed to be Looney Tunes. I love Shoot 'Em Up. That is a very very underrated film.
It is.
It is a very good film.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's got its problems, but it's fun and it was underrated.
It's fun, and that's the thing. Is like compared to this film is just a drag. Like,
Yeah. Like here,
I mean,
I'll give it some.
Bruce Willis doesn't care at this point as well.
No,
like,
no, I was
he's
gonna say
got
something nice. It wasn't about Bruce Willis.
no. I was gonna say like he's more wooden than Pinocchio in this film. Like the way he the way he delivers lines is just like, "Oh, Jack, no, I do love you. I care about you so much." Yeah,
I
father,
was
son.
on vacation.
Yeah, the vacation thing, that just, oh my God, just let it go. It doesn't land. It never once lands. I was on vacation. Like,
I'm not
No, you
supposed to be
weren't.
working here today. Is that from the line from Clerks? I don't know.
yeah.
He wasn't even on vacation though. He was there on
No.
like, a mission to save
Yeah,
his
like-
son, who has been implicated in some international scheme. Like, no,
That's not vacation.
There's not even a logic there.
No.
So you're using that L word again, Joel. Like, do not use that when it comes to this film. Like, there is no logic.
Oh,
But
here's
the
a
problem,
random.
the problem is this series is so short that I can't detach myself from the idea of there being a logic, right?
Well, the problem is the first 3 films are so good, and like there is a lot of logic in there. Like, you know, everything kind of like makes sense from like motivation point of view and all that sort of stuff in the first 3 films. And then you get to like kind of in the 4th, and there's the characters' motivations make sense. And then you get to this mess, and it's like nothing makes sense. Like I said, if this was not a Die Hard film, this would just be a bad action film. The fact that it is attached to the Die Hard universe, as it were, makes it 10 times worse. Because if you think about it, you've gone from the first film, like, with just so... Like, I would say that's a perfect film. Well written, well directed, there's no plot holes whatsoever. You go from that to this, like, I cannot think of a bigger drop in quality. Even between RoboCop and RoboCop 3, the quality was not this big of a drop.
No, I mean, but there is definitely an echo. So I think someone has their headphones on a little hot. But sorry, do I hear myself now? Nope, that's it.
I don't know. Okay.
Echo's gone.
You.
Damn it, Joel!
Everything is fine. The thing that like I find the most frustrating though, and like I'm trying to be nice to this movie, is if we had like the first movies are about him trying to fix his marriage, can't fix his marriage, so be it. If the 4 and 5 were about him trying to repair his relationship with his kids, like if you're trying to do like that big like overarching story, I don't think that's a bad approach. Have one movie him trying to repair his relationship with his daughter, have a movie him trying to repair a relationship with his son. I don't think that's a bad idea. I don't think the approach here works, and clearly that wasn't the plan from the get-go with them, since they came out so wildly apart, and they have really nothing to do with each other. But I'm trying to like see something here of like how could they convince Bruce Willis to do this beyond the fact that he likes playing John McClane and he loves cashing checks. And I like that. Like I like go repair this relationship with your son. You were clearly a very shitty dad. You cared way more about being a cop than you did about being a dad. That was on you. Like, okay, great. So there's something here. Having his son be a CIA agent. That works. I get this. You know, his dad was a cop. He wants to be a cop, but he wants to be a better cop than just a street cop. So he goes the career path. All of this tracks for me. And then you get them together, and it's like, that is not that guy's dad. The fact that they're both kind of bald does not get us to them being even related. There's no chemistry whatsoever.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Like it's
just like it's not just terrible chemistry. It's no chemistry.
It's
like
you don't buy the anger.
No.
I think that's a big problem, is that the anger is very muted and flat, kind of like John McClane is muted and flat. So none of it's believable.
Well,
the anger in this is just him just shouting, "Damn it, John!" or "Damn it, McClane!" multiple times. Like, and then we have that one scene. Like, there's that one bullshit scene where he overhears his dad saying, like, you know, how, "Oh, I wanted to be a better dad,
be a good dad."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, that makes sense. That's okay." Like, that's not how it fucking works. But then again, like, the guy's supposed to be a CIA.
Is just spilling his guts to him about how he's sorry and stuff like that.
And then like pulls the thing out of his side, like that scene.
Yeah.
No, is it that scene? No, that was before they were going in with guns blazing at Chernobyl. There's a
in the car
where John just starts blubbering outside of the car, and I believed it in the first movie, right? There's a certain sort of desperation. None of what they've had here is desperate in what they've done. They've always done it with a confidence and swagger in this movie, both their characters, almost like we are the action hero badasses. But
not just that, we are the stereotypical Americans that they're making fun of in the beginning of this movie. Like, do you know why I hate Americans?
Right.
I hate Americans, and I hate cowboys especially, and you get that eye roll from
Yeah.
John. It's like, no, you are embodying everything. Like, I feel you, man. Like, that guy is like, do you know what I hate about Americans? Everything. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that watching it the other day.
Like, that line hits different in 2025. But
it's okay, Matt. We're one of the good ones.
That is yet to be. That's yet to be proved. Jury's still out. Let's put it that way.
But no, I think what I'm trying to get at, though, is that I agree with you, Brian, in that there's a story there to be had, and a good version of the movie probably would have been about 20 or 30 minutes longer and let that stuff breathe and explore the relationship side of things a little more metered out calmly. But this movie was so focused on the action that I don't think the story was an afterthought in a lot of ways. And
What
maybe it's
story
just
though? Like
people,
But also what
yeah.
action? The action you can barely see that they
mean,
they didn't
Yeah.
shoot well and they didn't cut around.
And even Matt
I'm
said,
not saying you're
that car
wrong.
chase-
I'm just saying the concept. It's the concept of an action movie.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
it is the thing is that it's just
the
a bunch of
concept, go back
actions.
to this.
Yeah, well, there's no story to this really. There's just a bunch of action scenes stitched together, which actually like badly shot action scenes as well.
Yeah.
Like it's literally someone just grabbed the camera, done that in front of the like whatever they're shooting, and gone, oh, it's frantic, but they shoot every scene like it's a frantic action scene. Like the stuff when you're in the CIA ops center. Jesus Christ. Were they filming that from a bungee rope or something? Because that camera is just moving so much. I'm like,
You brought this up.
You're talking about
buy a tripod, motherfuckers.
Wait, are you talking about the Cole Hauser scene?
Yes.
Well,
Look at Cole Hauser. Oh, look, Cole Hauser's dead.
well, the one before that, like not in the safe house, the one in the op center where everyone's like sitting around a computer going, "Oh, your window's closed. It's time's up. Oh, your window's closed. Your window's closed." Like, how many times are you going to tell me his window's closed? Like,
18 more times after this.
Evil
but like
Death,
the camera in that scene is just like, whoa! It's like, oh, look at how dynamic this is. Yeah, look, it's
gritty and we are an action film.
Small thing that was missing too, though, is that third-party agency or task force working concurrently with John McClane and whoever's on the ground level.
Yeah, we didn't really get that this time, which is
Yeah, all the other movies, it's a police force, it might be Secret Service, whatever. And they work to varying degrees, but it did feel missing.
I wonder if that's because they said it in Russia and like, well, he'd be teaming with the local police. Ooh, he can't work with the Russians.
yeah, they throw him in a gulag.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's kind of what my guess would be though. Like, all right, he needs to work with the local team of Russians, and yeah, just no local team this time. That's fine. Like he's John. He doesn't need him. He's John McClane. He can do anything. He can fall through multiple ceilings in one movie, not get a scratch on him. He's great. He's indestructible.
I mean, he's falling through wooden like fucking scaffold boards at one point.
Oh my god!
And-
when they go into like that thing that's supposed to be the slide, and they do a wide shot. It's just straight fucking down. Falling with stuff around you does not. You're still falling, and then they fall out of the thing, and then they're just falling off the building, and they get up like, oof, that was a tumble.
But what if they were running down the side of the building?
See,
Better.
I running down the side of the building, brilliant. Make gravity work quicker. I'd have that would have been better.
And listen, Alex pulled it off.
I need to get to Matt's point about repetitivity, because how many times did John McClane say he was on fucking vacation?
Too many. Way too many.
Like they're trying to turn it into a catchphrase or something.
They were.
It's like they didn't have a script.
Did they? I don't think they did.
I think it's supposed to enter the whole him having a hangover thing and looking for Advil or something like
Pretty
that.
dumb way to do it.
But like this movie does that a few times. They try to do callbacks to the other movies. None of them land. Like when he's in the elevator, he hotwires the elevator. The guy's like, "You done this before?" I'm like, "Is that supposed to be a callback to one?"
He didn't hotwire an elevator. He just rode on the roof of the elevator.
But like, is that what that's supposed to be? Like
maybe?
Like that's because they had like the shoot the glass. I think was pretty apparent. Like because they shoot the glass to kill people. This and like people shot the glass for him. Like they're throughout this film. Like it feels like fan service, but it's not well done at all. It's not like Marvel where it's like we gave you a cookie, love us. But it's all. It's not. It's like. It's not.
It's trying to be, but it's like we gave you an oat cookie, lovers. It's like we want a chocolate one. Here, eat the oat cookie.
What if there's raisins?
Ew.
Well, fruit does not belong in cookies, even if it's dried.
Especially if it's dried.
Okay, so we're at 35 minutes, and I feel like we're
You
really
want
just
a moist
trying
cookie,
hard.
Matt?
We're grasping at straws, damn it.
We are. Is there anything that we really want to talk about in this movie? Do we want to talk about the very dusty explosions? Every explosion was
the cab
dusty as
driver.
hell.
The best part of this fucking movie, the cab driver. Period.
In the very beginning, that guy?
Yeah. Yes.
He wasn't bad.
Love that guy.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty good. There was something I wanted to talk about. Like, where the hell is it? I had a note. But one thing actually, like the car chase is probably the most boring car chase I've ever seen in film. It just how long did it go on for? Like it
so
felt
long,
like
and there's
25
so many
minutes.
Edits. There's
It's
so
so
many
bad.
edits.
Yeah.
I
It
was
just
engaged.
so bad. And then like the logic of it makes no sense. Oh, that ginormous truck is like somehow managed to be pushed by like a fucking Mercedes Jeep thing. Bullshit. The weight on that thing, like I know we're talking about action films and like, you know, they're not they're not really realistic, but there's a level of realism in the like especially the first three Die Hard films where you believe it. Like, you know, the thing with like, you know, the dump truck being pushed along by the water, you kind of believe, yeah, that much water flowing would push that along. Like, you know, there's a believability in like the way that the physics work. But in this one, they've just thrown it out the window.
I don't see your problem. I can turn a truck to dodge an RPG and flip over and get out of it alive. Can't you?
God, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I'd actually blanked that from my mind. We did
I-
like pirouettes like a
That was one of those
freaking ballet
those few
dancer.
times where I was like, "That's fun." Like that's very dumb. But
I was
funny.
okay with it. That felt very Fast and Furious. I'm like, yeah, I like Fast and Furious. I'm into this. But yeah, no.
Driving over a bunch of cars with a truck as if you're not killing a bunch of people.
I mean, one person does scream out in pain and goes, "Sorry!" Like,
I mean, how many like collateral damage murders does John McClane commit in that car chase? Like
a lot.
like, I think he gets someone blown up with the RPG because it didn't hit me, but it killed the dudes like that killed a lovely family of 5 in a nice little station wagon a few cars behind. They're all dead now, John. You should feel bad about that. You got them
Should,
killed.
but yeah, doesn't.
He's a
Well,
terrorist.
they're Russian, so you know it doesn't matter.
There's also this like, I'm trying to think. It was I forgot my point. Never mind. It was something to do with that car chase, and it made no sense. But you know, fuck it.
Oh, I've remembered what I wanted to mention. Like the dialogue is awful in this film, but one of the worst lines in this is like, but they talk about like, you know, what's his thing or whatever. And he's like, that's not your thing. It's like, what's my thing? Killing bad guys is your thing. It's like that. What the fuck? It's his son. Like, why would his son say that at all? It just but it's
he has to
such
know
a
who his dad is.
stupid. Yeah, but it's just a stupid fucking thing to like. It's the most written line of dialogue I've ever read, and it's just delivered so terribly as well.
It felt like a trailer line to me. Like this will be a great way to end the.
Which is
trailer.
ironic because it wasn't in the trailers.
Oh, we forgot to watch the trailer. I even have.
Oh, how sad!
But thank God we didn't.
I have it prepped.
I mean,
and
we got
everything.
time.
Just, like,
Should we watch the trailer?
Oh, go on then. It'll give us an extra couple of
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
I had it here and everything. The guy was actually prepared today.
We threw it the plan.
We
All
did throw her into
disappointed.
because I think we just went straight into like ranting.
Yeah.
I know
was
I
just
did.
so excited to actually nail the intro that I just kind of forgot about everything else. But here we go. We're gonna watch the trailer, then we'll get into quotes. We're doing this at the worst possible time.
I'm proud of you, Brian.
Me too. Oh, that was weird. It actually went from like one earbud to the other. It drove by.
See what I mean by it's green though? Like
No, yeah.
everything's
You know the bad guy's cerebral because he's playing chess.
I didn't even remember the chess as well. That's
Preach.
American?
Well, who's your favorite character, Ryan?
New York. Hey, cop.
Oh, that's what I was gonna mention. He gets out of the car and is like, "Do you think I understand what you're saying?" He's like, "Why wouldn't that guy?"
Oh yeah.
Expect to
Do you
understand.
understand what he's saying?
That's
In Russia,
when he that's when he punches the guy and it sounds like the whip from Indiana Jones as well, like for no reason.
Didn't need it.
07, Plainfield, New Jersey.
Relax, you're safe now.
That's
cool,
another thing I
Bob.
thought about.
Oh yeah, the special forces soldiers just walking into the machine gun fire, like 15 of them or something. He's just unloading a machine gun and they're coming around the corner. Ha! I just got shot.
This is also probably the movie
That
where
was a
John
cool stunt.
McClane gets hurt the least.
What is this, a pirate gun?
His son gets messed up a lot, but
you, right?
he seems relatively unscathed.
Yeah, he should have been dead though. Like the car accident he has when he fucking flips in that truck about 15 times.
Yeah.
Man, my boy here. You gonna put a whooping
Came out on Valentine's Day weekend.
It's so romantic.
This is a Valentine's Day movie in the way the first one's a Christmas movie.
This is a Valentine's Day movie for someone who wants to break up with their girlfriend.
No, yeah, there we go. The longest drop
Yeah, through the covered ceiling into the water, but it's rainwater.
It's fine. We're fine. We're here.
Another movie trailer where they show the ending to it for one of the biggest ending set pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do quotes.
Well, can I just say one thing? Like, this film makes sense that it's the last Die Hard. Well, no. This film makes sense that it's the last Die Hard film because clearly at the end of this film, he dies of radiation poisoning.
They both have super cancer. We covered this right in the beginning.
Yeah.
They went swimming in Chernobyl. Dead.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go for quotes. I'm going to go first just because I want to. And mine is the ever quotable, "Damn you, McClane! Damn you!" It's very Charlton Heston. Like, I like it. I'm into it. That is very like...
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape!
Yes.
You blew it up!
Blew it all away!
To have you all to hell!
Yes. I'm into it. That's the good stuff.
Oh.
Right,
This
Matt,
film has such, like, very little in terms of quotes. Like, you know me. I have usually got, like, when I really like a film, especially like the Die Hard and Die Hard 3, I had like pages of quotes for this. I have two quotes. That's how bad this film is. So, yeah. You speak Russian? How did I do? Well, you asked for a large bag of hair on the way to Tunguska Courthouse, but I got it. That's it. And it's not even that good of a quote, but it's better than the rest of it. Like, I hate this film so much.
All right, Joel, what's your quote?
I gave it half a star on Letterboxd, and even that was too generous.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's all you posted, Blue Sky, here, your letterbox review. I noticed.
I don't follow
Give me
Matt
your
on Blue
phone.
Sky. I need to do that.
Give me your phone. And then he smashes the phone. It's a 2-year contract on that phone.
That was the other line I had written down.
And then that's like the saddest that I've seen John McClane in these movies for a while.
They finally got him to do something with like some bit of technology, and he's like, "Ah, damn it!"
What insurance?
What I do like about that is it's just the look on his face. It's the one time in the film where Bruce Willis is kind of acting a little bit because he's just kind of like looking at it. He's looking down at the phone and just like, I just got that phone.
Never mind. I like this movie now. That's great.
I mean, I won't go that far.
Fair. All right, Ryan, bring this thing home.
He's with his son, and I can't even remember what they were doing because I had checked out, but I did remember chuckling very hard at this, and it was a good laugh for me. But he pulls out the rebarb in his son, and he goes, "When's the last time you had your tetanus shot?"
That was after they fell off the scaffolding and they went through.
Just the way he
tunnel.
delivered it was perfect. He was like, "When's the last time you had your tetanus shot?"
Yeah, he's gonna get. Well, you know what? He doesn't have to worry about tetanus because
He's got
he has
radiation,
super
it's fine.
cancer. He
Yeah,
has an
I was gonna
open
say-
wound and went swimming in Chernobyl.
Doesn't have to worry about that. Like, tetanus is the least of his worries.
When he takes his shirt off when he gets home and his wound goes, "Hi, Dad," you know you need to be worried.
The tetanus.
He'll just melt in front of his
radioactivity, and
sister.
he's gonna be a new
There you go.
superhero.
No, he's gonna be the Toxic Avenger. He's gonna be a really tall Toxie. It's gonna be great.
From Newark, New Jersey. That was my other line. Is when he walks into Chernobyl. What does this remind you of? Newark.
Yikes. All right, I got nothing. So we can do some plugs. Actually, you know what? I'll mention we got coming up next week because next week we got a wrap up, and the wrap up will be a lot of fun. I don't think we'll be talking about this movie a lot next week, which is for the best.
It's in two of my categories, and only because I have to put it in there.
I'll give a tease to next week. I filled out my entire thing before watching this movie. That's how confident I was that it wasn't going to make my list.
And do you feel confident with that list?
I didn't. I watched it and I went, I don't have to change anything.
Well, see, like I watched and I was like, okay, I try to do one per movie, but like I was thinking about action sequences, like
Nope.
no, not happening.
Maybe the car chase like that where it goes off the bridge and through the cement tube, like that's a cool shot, but not no, it's not better than any of the other movies.
No, because the rest of the car chase is just boring as fuck.
Yep. So it's like no, this thing I stuck to my guns and I was right. And then after next week, we might have to take a week off. We might not. Scheduling could be kind of a little weird, but we have our new show coming up, which I've not told everyone here that I finally agreed on a title, and Ryan gets another win, kind of. We're going with Dead Eye Denial 3 as we talk all of Evil Dead, and I'm very excited for Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead. I'm really, really excited to get into it. Doing all the movies, then we're going to take a little break as we do all of Ash versus Evil Dead, and then we'll come back and do the most recent movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first, we have to wrap up Die Hard. We'll do that next week. So, plugs, this show, athnetwork.com. Check us out on YouTube, which is where we post everything more in a timely fashion now. Joel, what you plugging?
After That's Podcast, Book Club with Kelly. New episodes coming in shortly here. Super GG Radio Video Game Podcast about indies. I am using my fun employment time to do a little bit of streaming. And right now I'm working on picking up Steam on Sekiro. I've only done a day here and there, but my schedule is going to be a little more consistent. And then Trucks and Logistics Simulator is the other game I'm streaming because I decided to review that, and I guess I can't let my professional work go. So there you go.
Okay, we're gonna say, is this just like how you're keeping your skills up? Like,
Tell me Joel's
for
bored
a
without
brief
telling me
moment,
Joel's
I did
bored.
try to play Farming Simulator 24, and then I quickly learned that it's not fun to fake farm unless it's Stardew Valley. So
Fair. Ryan, what you plugging?
You can find me on the Front Row Network, where we are in the throes of award season, and I am the award season frontman. Substance is still trucking along. To me won Critics' Choice, and Coralie won for Best Original Screenplay. Really hoping she nabs it for the Oscar. So catch out all the coverage there on the Front Row Network, and you can catch me on Front Row Flashbacks. I don't know what we're doing on that show. We might be doing an episode. I don't know. We might have a whole bunch coming out. Stay tuned.
Great. I'm really hoping Demi gets the Academy Award. I think she will. But we'll see. I hope. It'd be really
you should
fun.
do Die Hard 5 on Front Row Flashbacks. Subject them to it.
We do movies from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. We have 5 more years before we can hit the 2010s. So
You just do it anyways.
what are rules?